Well, for most of us, barely a day goes by where we are not using a road. Even if you don't drive or don't have a car, you probably caught a ride to work, took public transportation, rode a bicycle, or walked alongside a road to get where you needed to be today.
Well, that's information that backs up the fact that roadways are not just for trucks and cars. It's also a message that Delaware State Police want to impress upon the children in the first state. And that's why the Delaware State Police Community Outreach Unit, in conjunction with the partnering state agencies, is sponsoring an art contest for kids. Sergeant Richard Bratz, who is the director of the Public Information Office for the Delaware State Police, as well as Community Outreach Officer Senior Corporal Juanita Huey-Smith, here to tell us more. Thank you so much for joining us. First off, thank you for what you do.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you for noticing. Thank you for your support.
We appreciate that. Well, thank you for joining us for this afternoon as well. Now, this is something that you do every year, right?
We have. This is the second year that we're doing this Delaware State Police Community Outreach sponsored art contest.
So the theme this year?
Roadways are not just for cars and trucks.
Tell us about it. So what?
First, I'd like to say thank you very much for having us here to help share our message, the Delaware State Police Art Contest. I can tell you last year we had such great success with it, over 550 entries, and these are from students from kindergarten all the way up to 6th grade who entered this contest. And they created their own masterpiece, their own unique art form to help us with our message.
Oh, okay.
And the message here is, as you can see, is that was last year where police, how do they help with your community?
Protecting our community.
Protecting our community. And this year, same thing. We just want to make sure that we put this message out, and with your help, we can do that. And it just show where all these kids can actually write different things or draw the different things. My daughter, who's 8, her name's Marcelina, she actually drew a picture, and she put different things in the roadways that she sees from time to time. People on bicycles on the roads, we need to be careful of that. The bus, the farm equipment now, it's planting season. We'll see a lot of farm equipment on our roads.
Because the theme is
not just
yes.
cars and trucks. And one of her favorite things is she put down there, she drew, is ducks and ducklings. So she says, you got to be careful about the ducks. And so she did all that, and I know a lot of times with this title, it can be a little bit confusing for younger kids, but we just want to make sure that if you see it in the roadway, it's a good possibility it could be there, and we want motorists and drivers to be aware of that.
Right.
And this is a theme that really touches home to us because we lost a family member here at WBOC, Mr. Draper. We lost him to an accident on a road in Delaware.
While he was on his bicycle.
On his bicycle, not in a car or truck.
That was a tragedy, and our heart goes out to you guys, and we just want to make sure that the Delaware State Police can help spotlight and bring attention to motorists who need to really pay attention and expect people on bicycles in our roads, especially as the weather, we all are experiencing, has changed. And more people are going to be out on our roads, whether walking, biking, or just out and about.
Yeah. Well, thank you for this, but why an art contest?
What better way to get kids involved? They love to color and draw and doodle. My son gets in trouble for drawing on his pages in school all the time. So if we can get them to get that creativity out in another way and learn a message, and we all know that our children are phenomenal at reminding us of things, while we're riding along, and they're going to point out whether you didn't buckle up or you forgot to do A, B, C, or D.
You didn't use your turn signal.
If we can't reach the parents, why not go through the kids and spread this message?
Absolutely. Okay, so tell us, for those who may be interested in getting into the contest, what are you looking for in a winning picture?
Creativity, number one. I want to see personality in every picture. We were blown away with last year being our first year of the contest, and the things that kids came up with that captured what we were looking for in that title in just one picture. It was amazing. Right. So it's so hard to put into words, this is what it is, but when we see it, we know it.
So imagination, creativity, are there rules for?
Certainly, there are rules. So you can find all the rules on the DSP website, dsp.delaware.gov.
Which will have on ours.
Has the entry form on there as well as the full list of rules. But in a general sense, it's youth that live or attend school in Delaware, grades K through 6. Has to be a 12 by 18 page, like flat. You can't have, you know, a shadow box or anything like that. And then pretty much any media, whether they want to use pastels or crowns or colored markers, pencils, that's up to them. But again, that full list of rules is on the website.
And you can also, you can go to our website, delmarvalife.com. We'll have a link to their website. And that's also how you enter, right?
Yes, ma'am, that's correct. They print off the entry form, and it gets attached to the back of their artwork, and that can be turned into any troop in the state.
And when will we know a winner?
If it's all right, I know the cutoff would be May 26th, and what we do is once we get the finalists, the community outreach and some judges look over them, they give us the finalists, we put them on our Delaware State Police Facebook page and people can vote. We have about 100,000 or so people who follow us, and everybody can vote, and when we turn off the voting and then we tally them up, that's how we select the winner. So the community can get involved in this.
Nice.
We thought that was awesome.
All right.
What do they win?
Well, check this out. No, you go ahead.
So this is all part of a bigger campaign with a partnership with the Office of Highway Safety and DelDOT. So what we have set up is then have some pamphlets created, some other information that's then going to be pushed out to the community. So the winning artwork will be the feature piece for any print media that goes out, as well as some other partnerships with DelDOT signage and a ceremony that we do at the end of usually like the end of the summer.
Their art will be displayed at our Delaware State Police Museum for a long period of time. And I know that the winners usually hang out with some troopers for that. And I can tell you the ceremony that we had last year was phenomenal. We had 105 people show up with their families and friends. Our executive staff was there to address them. And we presented that last year. It went over really well.
Sergeant Richard Bratz.
I want to do this.
Master Corporal Juanita Dewey Smith, thank you so much
Thank you, sir.
for coming in and telling us about that contest.